I recently did a video where I got started building this and I shared my thoughts on using Webflow App Gen from all of the time that I've spent. Here's the deal, the concept of App Gen itself. I absolutely love the idea. That being said, there are a lot of things, in my opinion, that are missing or done in a strange way in Webflow App Gen. So what I want to do now is I want to actually finish this, and then I want to let you know by the end of this video, would I recommend using Webflow App Gen for production builds? So let's get right into it. Nothing to say. We've got this so far. We do not have our Webflow components. If you remember from the last video, there was an issue where adding them just kind of breaks the entire site. And we're going to see, is it going to break my entire site? I genuinely don't know. It has every other time I've tried it. Let's go and see. And look at that. See this white screen? This is what I've been having every single time. It's been going on for a couple weeks right now. So I'm interested to see if they've fixed that and if I can add the components in. Then I want to add a little bit more functionality to this, and hopefully we can get it live on the site where you guys can actually go ahead and take a look at it. So enough talking, let's get right into it. All right, so, well, my prompt to bring it in has created, unfortunately, the exact same situation. So what I'm actually going to try to do here is I want to try to deploy it, and I want to try to open it, and then I want to see what is going on, maybe if I can see some console logs, and hopefully get to the bottom of this, because this is a deal breaker for me. Whether or not I can use my Webflow components in my AppGen project is of utmost importance, and I want to make sure I can do it. So let's go ahead and figure out why I can't and hopefully get some solution that you guys can use as well. Okay, so it said the build failed, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm just going to go ahead. I don't know if I need to copy this, but I'm going to copy it and paste it in, and hopefully can figure out why my build failed. I wonder if it has something to do with what is making my entire screen white. I could definitely imagine it does. I need to use named exports instead of default exports. Okay, and that is for this. So maybe it's a simple fix that the AI just has not been able to figure out yet. Hopefully that's the case, because if it is, then you can just say it. Like, I always have an issue, for example, with Tailwind v4 in my vibe coded projects where it just doesn't want to import it correctly, and all I need to do is just say set up the config file and it works. So if that's the case, then easy fix, and hopefully Webflow can do something about it as well. It says the build should now succeed. Okay, that's all well and good, but my entire layout is Oh, that's just the layout of my nav bar that's broken. I'm going to try to refresh. Maybe that's going to fix it. It's got a bunch of, it's even showing like hidden things from the nav bar. So, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you twice, this nav bar is not showing up correctly. Why is it not showing up correctly? That I do not know. And that has been the issue. What about the footer? Yeah, the footer, we have the exact same issue. Okay, so I can't take a screenshot and send it, but I'm going to go ahead and let it know. Like, it's showing all of the content now, and the rest of my site looks fine, but the components, like, they're not, I don't know how to explain this. They look horrible. There you go. Let's put it that way. All right. All right, so all right, so we're back to having this issue where it works technically, but there's this weird issue where everything's white for some reason. I had this one before too. What's the footer look like at this point? Okay, so similar. For some reason, as soon as it gets the layout working well, it doesn't get the styles working well. And I don't know why that's happening. Obviously, again, that's a deal breaker. I'm unfortunately here to report this has not been fixed. So I'm just going to again tell it just remove the components from my site and leave it as it was before. All right, so there we go. Our navbar and our footer are gone. We are left with simply our components, and it did make a really nice looking UI. This happened in the last video. So now what I want to try to do is deploy it again, and I want to see if this is working because I haven't actually tried this out yet. So let's go ahead and see what is happening there. If it's working, hopefully it's something we can get live. Maybe it's something we can even iframe in somewhere else on our site. Not so sure if that's a great idea or not, but again, when we can't have the navbar and the footer, not really quite sure what to do. So let's let this finish building, deploying, and then let's test it out live and see what happens. All right, so here we are on the live site, and we have it. Hey, I mean, it looks good, it's fast, it worked. Well, does it work? Let's go ahead and find that out. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. It slaps up these new badges. Like, you can see this, it changes them depending on what I copy. I don't know where it gets that from, so I'm going to obviously let it know to fix that. And let's go ahead and see. Okay, so it says the clipboard is empty. One thing I can do is Clipboard Inspector. So if you're building anything when it comes to like copying Webflow components and stuff like that, this evercoder.github.io/clipboard-inspector, link is in the description below, is an extremely useful resource. So what we can see here is it figured out how to do it. It just copied it as text plain, which is something that AI seems to do like all the time. So that's an easy fix. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to grab the code from my components page where we found a solution to do that. It like changes the clipboard type basically. I'm going to copy that code and I'm going to send it to App Gen and let it know to do something similar with other vibe coding tools that has worked in the past for me. So I'm going to grab this code now. I'm going to go back to App Gen and then I'm going to paste it in. All right, so I have that code copied. Now I'm going to head back on into App Gen. It's going to take a second to load. This is one thing, I mentioned this in previous videos, that I don't really love. I do understand from a technical standpoint why it has to do this, but something that makes me excited about App Gen is kind of the ability to just zip back and forth between Webflow and vibe coding, but I can't really zip back and forth between it when I have to wait, I'm talking so you can see live how long this takes, maybe 30 seconds. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely a little bit annoying. So anyways, now I'm going to let it know that the copying isn't working because it's the wrong file type, I guess, in the clipboard, and this is how we make it work. All right, so it said it did it. I wonder if I can test it in here within this without having to like deploy it and go live. That would be great because it does not deploy fast. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit copy on this one, and I'm going to go over to my clipboard inspector over here and paste it in. As we can see, it says it's application JSON, which should mean that I can paste it into Webflow. So if I do that, as you can see, it has indeed worked. There's no background, but that's just a result of the component. Obviously, I can go ahead now and let's say take this section right here, this section pricing, and add a black background to it, and the component looks great. It's using client first, so it's kind of synced along with the rest of my classes, which is wonderful. Okay, now the component copying and pasting is working. One thing I want to do is under the title and above the copy button, I want to show like a truncated 3-line component description, which we do have in the CMS. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to do that now. All right, so it said it did it, and if I look here, it indeed did do it. My computer is having a very difficult time right now. I can hear it. It's like a M5 MacBook Pro, so I don't know if that has to do with Webflow App Gen. I'm not going to blame Webflow App Gen for that because it's in the browser, and quite frankly, I don't know how it would be causing me any issues. Seems like my computer's using a lot of RAM right now. Probably something else, probably the tool I'm using to record. But anyways, on the note of this, it indeed did do it well. I would love to also, so you know how we have these filters up here, landing page or something like that? I would love to show the filter or the tag on the actual page itself, or on the actual component itself. So I'm going to ask it to do that. This button is really nice. I like how this kind of shows them horizontally then. I don't know why it's not loading right now. We'll go back to this one. So I want to show those tags. Let's go ahead and do that next. And then I want to add a bar at the absolute top of the screen that says built with Webflow App Gen. So I'm going to try to knock out both of those things with one prompt. Alrighty, so it did both of my requests. First things first, this built with App Gen bar at the top is looking fine. I mean, it's a simple bar. I don't really know what more it could have done. And along with that, it did my other request of adding these tags. So it is doing really well, I would say, in everything I'm having it doing. Honestly, the agent level of things in Webflow App Gen, I will say I'm super happy with. Is it as good as something like Claude Code? No, but it's good. It's definitely not bad. Even at this point in time, it just feels good. It feels up to par with the other things in the industry, which is amazing. My complaints about Webflow App Gen actually shockingly come from its interlinking with the rest of the Webflow site. So primarily, 90% of my issue with App Gen right now is this one simple issue that I can't seem to do, not just on this site, but on any of the tests that I've tried, which is bringing components in. I've tried it with complicated components. I've tried it with simple components, and it just will not work, period. I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. I don't get it. Other thing I'm interested in checking out is this responsive? And can I actually... I mean, I can minimize it. It seems responsive. We got our filters and stuff down here now. Okay, so it does seem responsive. That is all well and good. The styling looks great. It took this from the rest of my site, so it's doing a really good job. So the goal that we actually, first things first, before we talk about the goal of this video, what I wanted to do is actually publish this so that it is live to use. So I'm going to do that, but first, these new badges. This is the final thing before I can actually publish this to production so that other people can use it. These little new badges, I don't know where it gets it from. When I click copy, it like shuffles it around. I'm assuming and hoping it's going to be able to fix that quickly. So let me just explain it. That. All right, so we are now done building this for this video, and I have a lot of thoughts on whether or not you should use this in production. The first thing that I want to say is it looks very nice, and it works perfectly. Speed-wise, it's pretty fast. Anything that's slow, I believe it's just kind of limited by the Webflow CMS API speed. So I am super happy with this, I will say. Now, would I recommend you use Webflow App Gen for your production builds? At this second, no, and I'm going to tell you why. Literally the component issue that I've been talking about for a little while now. If it wasn't for that, here's what I would say about Webflow App Gen. First of all, the agent is pretty good. It is also pretty good at design. It's pretty good at understanding the design of the rest of your Webflow site, and it's able to build features pretty quickly with limited issues, at least from everything that I have tried it with. So it is super promising, but there's one giant issue right now, which is that I can't bring in my components from my Webflow site. Please, Webflow, if you're watching this, fix that. Maybe it's hard. I get it. I don't want to comment on that, but that would be really good. Once that is fixed, so as of Monday, December 15th, 2025, I would not recommend using it in your production builds because it lacks that oomph of being able to connect your Webflow App Gen creation with your Webflow site. But once it has that, which they could literally release that fix like today or tomorrow or something like that, I would recommend using Webflow App Gen for stuff like this because I'm able to make some pretty cool, pretty customizable stuff using my Webflow CMS data, and it's very great at interacting with the Webflow CMS. So, very cool tool, big issue that needs to be fixed. Once that issue is fixed, I'm super happy with it. So, I just whipped up the new component library for the MemberStack site using App Gen. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.